Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us for another Rhymers Will Be Readers. It's Monday, January 31st. It's the last day of the month. Let's start with our hello song. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. With all our friends from early on, we clap and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With all our friends from early on, we stomp and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With all our friends from early on, we wave and sing hello. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. The sun is shining, so maybe it'll be just a little bit warmer today and maybe this week. Hopefully, it'll warm up a little bit. Last week, we talked a lot about the things you need to do to get ready to go outside when it's cold in the wintertime. So we talked about wearing your hats and your mitts and your big coats. But what about animals? What do animals do in the wintertime? There's lots of animals that hibernate for the winter, but then there's also some that stick around. Their behavior just changes a little bit in the winter. So this week, we're going to talk lots about animals in the wintertime. I thought it would be fun if we could start a song about hibernation. Do you remember or do you know which animals hibernate? Do you know who hibernates, who hibernates, who hibernates? Do you know who hibernates? It's great big bears. That's right. Now, do you know what hibernate means? Hibernating is when they go to sleep for the winter. So when the cold weather starts getting here, they stock up on food, they store up lots of different foods, and then they fill their bellies nice and full, and then they go to sleep for this winter. Do you know who hibernates, who hibernates, who hibernates? Do you know who hibernates? It's little groundhogs. There's a special day coming up this week about groundhogs. Do you know which day it is? You'll have to stay tuned and see. Do you know who hibernates, who hibernates, who hibernates? Do you know who hibernates? It's buzzing little bees. Do you notice that you never see bees around in the wintertime? Do you know who hibernates, who hibernates, who hibernates? Do you know who hibernates? It's little black bats. That's right, they're upside down because that's how they sleep. All right, I got one more. Do you know who hibernates, who hibernates, who hibernates? Do you know who hibernates? It's little stinky skunks. That's right. We don't normally see these guys in the winter either. All right, let's do a song about some animals that they stay around in the wintertime. Their behavior just changes a little bit. I'm going to use a scarf for this song for some actions. If you have a scarf, you could go ahead and use that. If you don't have a scarf, you could maybe use a small blanket or a Kleenex, or you could just use your hands. The fish in the sea go swish, 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 swish. The fish in the sea go swish, 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 all winter long. Now the fish in the wintertime when the water gets really cold, they start swimming closer to the bottom. And they swim a little bit slower than they do in the spring and the summertime. All right, how about dolphins? The dolphins in the sea swim round and round, round and round, round and round. The dolphins in the sea swim round and round all winter long. Now, dolphins, they tend to move, they migrate to warmer water. So they stay active in the winter as well. All right, how about sharks? Now sharks go chomp. The sharks in the sea go chomp, 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 chomp. The sharks in the sea go chomp, 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 all winter long. Now sharks are this kind of very similar to the dolphins. They stay very active in the wintertime. They just move out to much deeper water. So you usually won't see a shark very close to shore if the water is really cold with winter temperatures. All right, how about the waves? Do the waves change in the wintertime? The waves in the sea go up and down, up and down, up and down. The waves in the sea go up and down all winter long. Now, is that true for all waves? Well, in the ocean, the waves keep moving. But what about in a lake or a pond? Do the waves move all winter long? I think that depends on the size of the pond and how deep the water is, because in the wintertime, sometimes it freezes over. Have you ever seen a frozen lake or a frozen pond? All right, let's do a song. It's actually a poem about this little guy. It's an owl. Have you ever drawn an owl or maybe colored a picture of an owl? I colored this one. All right, it's called the Wide-Eyed Owl. So you see how his eyes are nice and wide open? Can you make some wide eyes? There's a wide-eyed owl with a pointed nose, 2 ears, and claws for toes. He lives way up in a tree, and when he looks at you, he flaps his wings and he says, woo, woo. We try that one again? All right. There's a wide-eyed owl with a pointed nose, 2 pointed ears, and claws for toes. He lives way up in a tree, and when he looks at you, he flaps his wings and he says, woo, woo. Have you ever heard an owl outside? I've heard them from in my house before, but I've never actually seen a real owl. Now there's different kinds of owls, and in the wintertime, you might get lucky to see a snowy white owl. What are some other animals that stick around in the wintertime? Maybe we could play Simon Says, and we could try moving like some of these animals. Simon Says, wait, do you know how to play Simon Says? Okay, I'll tell you real quick. Simon Says is pretty easy. We're gonna listen, and when I say Simon Says, you're gonna do the action. But if I don't say Simon Says, don't do the action. So be careful, I'm gonna try and trick you. Are you ready? Are you listening? Simon says, waddle like a penguin. We definitely see penguins in the wintertime. Simon says, fly like a bird. We still see lots of birds in the wintertime, although some of them do fly south. Okay, sleep like a bear. Did I catch you? I didn't say Simon Says. Let's try again. Simon says, sleep like a bear, curl up nice and tight like a bear in a cave. Simon says, howl like a wolf. Oh, oh, oh. Simon says, run like a polar bear. Oh, polar bears are very fast. Hoot like an owl. Hoot. Oh, did I catch you? I didn't say Simon Says. Okay, let's try again. Simon says, hoot like an owl. Hoo, hoo. Simon says, clap like a seal. Arr, 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 arr. Good job. You guys did fantastic. I wonder if there's different animals that you could keep going with for Simon Says. All right, a little bit of a challenge for you today. Next time you're outside, I want you to see how many animals you can find and see if they're behaving a little bit different now that the cold weather's here. Maybe they're not out running around as much, playing. Maybe they're just coming out, doing what they need to do, collecting some food, and then going back home. Or maybe they're flying around a little bit less. See what kind of animals you can see and how they're acting different. And then it's the end of the month. So that means for our grown-ups, it's time for our newsletter. So with our newsletter, you will also get the literacy activity calendar. So I thought it would be fun if we read today's activity. So the literacy activity calendar actually has one activity for every day. So something that you can do to stay engaged with your little ones at home. So today, January 31st, go outside and listen for new sounds. Can you hear the wind? What other sounds do you hear when you go outside? Now, if you're not already receiving our newsletter, you can send us an email at earlyon@oxfordcounty.ca and let us know that you would like to start receiving the newsletter, and we'll add you to the list, and then that way you'll receive it every month. All right, everyone, let's do our goodbye song. We clap and sing goodbye. We clap and sing goodbye. With all our friends from early on, we clap and sing goodbye. We stomp and sing goodbye. We stomp and sing goodbye. With all our friends from early on, we stomp and sing goodbye. We wave and sing goodbye. We wave and sing goodbye. With all our friends from early on, we wave and sing goodbye. Bye, everyone. Enjoy your day.